ahead and take it away.
So our upset alerts. Upset alert.
Alert.
And my upset is actually in this bracket, man. It's
Yeah.
in this region. And that's what I was saying about who Kansas would have to play in the Sweet 16. That's where I think my upset is going, to the Sweet 16. I got Iona going to the Sweet 16 in that region. Iona, and their coach is Rick Pitino. They're a 13 seed playing against UConn. I know you think UConn is a great team, but they're really not this year. Like they've been very inconsistent lately in the past, like especially the last like 20 games. They started out 14-0, and after that, they've been 11-8. So they're definitely inconsistent lately. I do think that Iona, they played some really good teams. They did lose to Hofstra, which right now Hofstra looks good. They just beat the number 1 seed in the NIT tournament, so they look good now. But it was Rutgers who they beat, actually, and everyone was saying, "Oh, Rutgers should make it to the NCAA tournament." But Iona, they got obviously good coaching. They got the MAC Player of the Year and Walter Clayton Jr. He's a very efficient scorer. He shoots 45% from the field, 39% from three. The one thing is that they don't get off the breaks very easily. If other teams can out hustle them, that could be a problem for them. But I do think that a 13 seed beating UConn could definitely happen. And I got them beating UConn as a 4 seed and then moving on to the next round, in round of 32, playing the 5 seed St. Mary's, where I have them beating St. Mary's as well. I just think that Rick Pitino, him having all that history, being in the tournament, he knows how to get his guys going. And a 13 seed has never made it to a Sweet 16, and this is the first year I think it might happen. So that's my upset.
You got them facing Kansas in a Sweet 16?
I got in the face of Kansas, and Kansas taking them out.
Okay.
But let me hear your upset, though.
So mine's, like I said earlier, is all the way back in the first region in the South.
That's right.
I'm not going to say mine is as low as a 13 seed, but my upset team this year is the number 10 Utah State. But let me tell you the history that they're about to make, right? So let's pull up that schedule. So first, they're going to upset Missouri, number 7 Missouri, which is a closer game. It's not even that big of a difference.
A lot of people like Utah, man. A lot of people like Utah.
They do. Then, right off rip, they win, and they have to face the number 2 seed in Arizona. Mm-hmm. But I think the 13th most efficient offense in the nation can do that, because they got elite guard Stephen Ashworth.
Yeah, he's a beast.
That man is a sniper behind that arc. And I think, obviously, 4.5 assists too. He's a great playmaker. As long as that man is shooting and passing, then they're just going off. And I do like Dan Akin as well. So I do believe that they are gonna pull a very, very big upset right in the round of 32 against Arizona. Now, Sweet 16, here's where it gets fishy. You think, all right, if they already beat Arizona, like, who else they have to beat? I actually think number 6 Creighton beats number 3 Baylor.
So I do too.
Yeah,
that's funny. That's funny.
So
I got that.
I got Creighton going to the Sweet 16 as well. Just because I didn't explain the rest of that bracket, obviously you got Alabama beating Texas and MCC. I got West Virginia beating Maryland. San Diego State beating Charleston. I know you said look out for Charleston. So in the round of 32, it's Alabama versus West Virginia, and I got Alabama winning. But I got San Diego State at 5 versus Virginia at 4, and I got San Diego State winning. Creighton beating Baylor, Utah State beating Arizona. So in the Sweet 16 in that region, I got Alabama versus San Diego State at number 5, and number 6 Creighton versus number 10 Utah State.
Oh, wow. So,
yeah.
Those are 2 big upsets. Those are 2 big upsets.
Crazy division.
That's a crazy one. So not gonna lie.
I got the number 1 facing the number 5 and the 6 facing number 10. So number 1's basically everyone else can fell down. Then I actually got Utah State going to the Elite 8 beating Creighton. facing Alabama in the Elite Eight. But as I said earlier, I did pick Alabama to go to the Final Four. So this is where I think Utah State Cinderella story ends. But for them, I think at number 10 seed, they go to the Elite Eight, knocking down Mizzo, Arizona, Baylor, or Creighton. So 3 out of 4 of those teams, and then facing Alabama. So I think it's going to be a great tournament for them. Like I said, I can't wait to watch Stephen Ashworth, and I think that team is really about to make some noise.
That's an interesting team to watch. I definitely agree with you. I think they're getting past the first round as well. I actually had them going past the first round for sure.
Yeah, but
The
most
Arizona game is going to be tough.
Arizona, yeah.
Arizona game is going to be tough, but you never know. I also have Creighton, moving on in that region in that round of 32, but I actually have an upset in this region, and it's Charleston. I think Charleston is going to make it to the round of Sweet 16. I think they're going to beat San Diego State. I just think that, like, if you look at the Cougars, like Charleston, they don't have a game breaking star, but they got everybody in double figures, in their starting five. So I think that this team, they're very, very good offensively. They're able to push the ball. Um, they're top 100 in offensive and defensive efficiency. So that's definitely something you're gonna have to watch. A 12 versus 5, like I said, that happens a lot as well. I think that they got matched up well against San Diego State, so I do think that they're gonna make it to the round of 32, and then they're gonna play Virginia, which I still think that they're not gonna be, or they're gonna be able to stop Virginia because they score so much more than Virginia, and Virginia has trouble scoring threes, and Charleston, they can really shoot threes. So a team that can shoot threes could really make it to a round of the Sweet 16, and that's where I think they play Alabama. But I do think they get beat by Alabama. But a 12 making it to a Sweet 16 will definitely be still a good Cinderella story there too.
But the one thing I don't get. Oh no, that was Colgate. Because I was looking up teams earlier, and I thought it was Charleston, but Colgate is the best 3-point shooting team and the worst free throw
Ooh,
team.
Colgate is
How is that even a thing? Like
the
how
worst
can
free
you
throw
just
shooting team, man. Like, how do these guards can't make free throws anymore? Like,
but
what
they can
happened?
shoot, but they can shoot all
Right.
the nights. But no, but my other big, not big upset, but other mini small upset is I do got Kentucky going to the Sweet 16 out of 6 seed.
I do too, actually. That's another team I got going to the Sweet
I got them,
16.
I got them beating Marquette.
I got Marquette winning there, but one of
Oh, I'm
my
tripping. I meant Kentucky going to Elite Eight because
oh,
I
the
got
Elite Eight, or yeah, because I
that
got them
in
Sweet
the Sweet
16, and
16.
then
Yeah.
yeah. The lowest seed I got in the Elite Eight is the 7 Texas Tech or Texas A&M team. I do think that they're solid both defensively and offensively, and that's where I got them going. That's my lowest Elite Eight team.
Yeah, but that's what I said. You can't do it all statistically. You have to throw in some upsets. That's why
Oh yeah.
at 6, I got the Utah State. To me, I really think they're gonna make some noise.
That's an
If I
interesting
have
one.
to choose
Interesting
straight
one.
on statistics, my Elite Eight is Alabama versus Arizona, 1 and 2. Tennessee versus Marquette. I do believe that Tennessee
You
is
believe in
gonna,
Tennessee, yeah.
yeah. 4 versus 2. Houston versus Texas,
hmm
1 versus 2. And I know you don't believe in UConn, but I got UCLA versus UConn and 2 versus 4.
That's interesting, man.
But
That's
that's trying to
interesting.
take all biases out. But at the end of the day, like I said, you can't do that because there are going to be
There's
upsets.
always going to be upsets,
You have to
but
try to figure out where. Like you
exactly.
have to statistically try to figure out where there's going to be upsets.
That's true,
That's
but the thing
crazy.
is, that the upsets are always happening in the first weekend in the round of 64 and
No,
in the round of 32. Once you get to the
the
Sweet
upset
16
has
is
to
like,
be like once you win that first or 2 games as an upset, then it's just a Cinderella story. Like
yeah,
now
but
it's
it's
just
tough.
you
It's tough for those
get.
Cinderellas to get past the round of 16 because they're
They
playing
only
top.
all not Loyola Chicago.
Exactly.
Is that what it was?
That's what that was. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was number 16. I watched that game live
Okay.
actually.
I know,
That
I
was
know. I love
wild.
that team. That was a
That
great.
was
That was
wild.
a great year for that team and for that old lady.
Definitely it was. I remember that lady. R.I.P. R.I.P.
Mm-hmm.
Granny. Think I forgot what her name was, but she was
Oh,
happy as
it
a
passed away though.
she
Yeah.
made it. So just to close this out, our final 4 teams. My final 4 this year is Alabama versus Purdue and Houston versus Gonzaga. What's yours?
And I got Alabama versus Tennessee and Houston versus UCLA.
And what was your upset, the top upset that you had?
Number 10, Utah State's going to the Elite Eight against Alabama.
Nice, nice. And I had number 13, Iona, making it to the Sweet 16.